Hi, and welcome to Enchantment of Eternity's review for Daredevil Season 2. This video is where I give my overall impressions of Season 2 of Daredevil as a whole. I'm a tad bit pressed for time at the moment, so this will be a real quick video where I talk about my overall feelings of Season 2. For more specific reviews, you can check out my episode reviews, which I reviewed in batches. So I will have to give a spoiler warning for Daredevil up to Season 2. If you have not seen up to all of Season 2, you will not want to watch this video, otherwise some things may be spoiled for you. So my overall feelings of Season 2 is that it had a great start, an amazing start, a tremendous start where I thought Season 2 was going to be much better than Season 1, but then unfortunately after Episode 4 it started to go downhill. I wouldn't say it was terrible after Episode 4, I would call it more of mixed. Now, the first 4 episodes focused entirely on the Punisher, and it was an extremely well executed and highly intense storyline that was super focused and came together nicely. And Episode 5 is where we were introduced to Elektra. Now, I don't hate Elektra. In fact, I disagree with many others I heard say that her storyline was bad this year. I wouldn't say that per se. In fact, I really liked the character of Elektra and thought she was pulled off really well. I was really surprised in how much I bought her romance with Matt and the very interesting dynamic that it created. Otherwise, though, I did find her backstory kind of contrived. But for me, she wasn't the issue with the back half of the season. I would say it had more to do with the Hand storyline and how they tried to simultaneously focus on the Hand and the Punisher at the same time, and then introducing multiple storylines like Wilson Fisk in prison, where the show became overbloated with far too many storylines and lost its focus. So let me get into the Hand first. I didn't really care for them as a villain. I thought it was bit cheesy that Naboo kept coming back to life. I didn't like how what the Hand is actually up to was never explained. Like, we don't know what the deal with the giant hole is, or the deal with the creepy zombie kids, what exactly they mean by Elektra is black sky. It's all still vague, and not in a way that keeps me interested, but in a way that I don't care. And yes, the back half had too much going on. Almost felt like two separate shows, with Karen investigating Frank's past and Daredevil teaming up with Elektra to deal with the Hand, and Matt would float back and forth between these storylines and always felt out of place when he did so. Plus, I think the Punisher storyline itself kind of went downhill. I mean, his trial was very interesting, but nowhere near as exciting as the first 4 episodes, and then they revealed that his former CEO was the big mysterious drug dealer responsible for the incident in which his family died. Come on, that is a bit B-grade mystery thriller, don't you think? And far too coincidental to swallow. I also didn't really buy that Wilson Fisk bought the prison out so completely that he was eating steak in an open cell for the guards serving his every whim. If he's really that powerful, why is he still in jail? I also wasn't a fan of what they did to Matt's character, how he alienated everyone that he cared about, and he kind of became a dick towards the end of the season, where I could see why people didn't like him. I didn't really like him. That being said, I think the entire season did an amazing job of presenting several layers and examining the moral issues with what Daredevil does, as it's put to the question when his vigilantism gives rise to the more violent, murderous The Punisher. And then they examine if Daredevil's way is actually effective compared to the Punisher's, because by leaving people alive like Fisk, it gives them the chance to come back and wreak more havoc. And I also like the internal struggle within Elektra herself, as she would float back and forth to being on Matt's side, and although mostly didn't agree with him, was so taken by his trust and loyalty that she wanted to do right by him. For example, I found the scene in the finale where they profess to run off together while facing certain death very touching and very nicely done. So my rating for Daredevil Season 2 out of 10 is a 7. Very good. It had an amazing start that was kind of squandered at the end and came off as too comic booky cheeseball for my taste, and I wasn't at all impressed with the Hand as a villain, but it manages to tell compelling and many layered stories with some great characters fulfilled with some great acting throughout the entire run, making it a very good show. So that's it for my review of Daredevil Season 2. Be sure to check out my channel as I cover Season 6 of Game of Thrones, as well as many more videos on shows like Star Trek, Fear the Walking Dead, Orphan Black, and more. And be sure to subscribe so you can keep up with all of that. And thanks a lot for watching.